Social Development, we have just concluded a very crucial meeting of the Global Task Force on Halving Global Violence. And I am here to speak to Nevana because I'm thinking that, yes, this is an international conference, but how do we localize it in such a way that the decisions that we make that are related to having global violence, and mind you, we're not talking about violence in war situations only, we're just talking about violence at home, on the streets, in communities, in cities. We're just talking about the violence that do not necessarily get the attention, the global attention. We now are here to see what is it that we can do to also to localize the decisions that we have taken. And I was very excited to hear the presentation that was made today or yesterday, was it, by Ethekwini. And I thought it would be important for us to hear from you as to exactly how you, at a local level in Ethekwini, you are tackling this issue of violence.
Thank you, Minister. So I'm Nevana Srikissoon from the Ethekwini Municipality. I'm a manager in our projects unit. Essentially, Minister, what we're doing, one of the initiatives that we're doing is something called a human security assessment in an area called KwaNdengezi within the city. It is a pilot of this particular type of assessment, and if everything proves that we are able to then improve on the levels of violence in the area, it will be rolled out to other areas of the city. Essentially, what it entails is getting communities involved in identifying what the problems are in their area that lead to issues of safety, crime, violence, and then taking in their suggestions on how they think we can improve. We then develop that into an action plan that we roll out with the community members. So they take ownership and they also contribute towards improving safety and violence in their particular area. What we then do is we are collecting data, so that's another important aspect of reporting on violence.
Data is always very important. Correct. Because if you are to make the correct diagnostic assessment, you need to be able to have the data so that you can then be able to develop interventions that are very relevant for the community you're talking about.
Agreed, Minister. Yeah. So we're collecting that data in conjunction with partners that are working with us on this particular project.
Oh, by the way, I was very excited to hear that you are involving the private sector very much and they're stepping in, because one of the challenges we face, we're always complaining about, they always think about profit before the people. And when I listen to you talking about how you've involved them, I think that's the way to go.
100% correct. And it's really encouraging for us as well to have private sector in addition to international partners, for example, UN Habitat coming on board. This project is supported by UN Habitat in terms of the technical support and the know-how on how to roll this out. So they're coming on board, they're helping us to collect the data that will then give us a baseline of where the community is at in terms of crime and violence in that community. And as we roll out the action plans, we're then able to measure whether it's making a difference in the community. So we're really excited. The community themselves have shown so much of interest in the program. Their suggestions and their ideas are really encouraging, and it's good to see that they're also able to prove that they're willing to make a difference within their community. So it's quite encouraging for us as well. That's just one of our initiatives, but there's many others as well.
I'm very excited about that because when you conclude, we might, as a Department of Social Development, take that and be able to use it for other communities. But as we close our discussion here, I want to leave you with a message that very soon in December we'll be embarking on the 16 days of activism, of fighting violence against women and children. And I'm hoping, I know that the Department of Social Development at local, at provincial level will be able to engage with yourselves. And may we, the decisions that we took here and the discussions that we took here at this meeting, third meeting, maybe give you a bit of information that you can also be able to use. But most importantly, it's about localizing the challenges that we have so that we can even find local solutions to local problems. Thank you.
Agreed. Thanks, Minister. Looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot.